Hi guys, join me here at Baden Fisheries in Staffordshire. Lovely venue, we're on Bridge Pool today for a 48-hour session. Bit of a long drive for me, around 4 hours, just over, but you've got to be in it to win it. So I arrived on site, had the draw, drew peg 5, got to the lake, bit gutted because there's a warm southwesterly pushing into peg 1. Whilst you're here, you've got to give it a go. So got the marker rod out, found a couple of nice spots further out across the lake, found a lot of weed closer in. So being a 2 rod limit, I decided the biggest spot, 2 rods on it. A little bit of weed either side of the spot, so opted for Ronnie rigs, just in case I wasn't quite bang on the money. Just a small handful of bait to buy a bite. For my Ronnie rigs, I like to use either a coated braid or a stiff boom. The coated braid really is just to follow the contours of the lake bed, but if I can, I'll always use a stiff boom for it. And for this, I prefer the armoured shod, just because it's really supple, but you can pull it dead straight just in a couple of seconds with a couple of rig pullers, and you don't need any steam for it. Just a couple of seconds, done. Straight back out, fishing, perfect. Even if a fish picks it up, you know, we get done more times than we like to believe. I know that rig is fishing bang on. There is a barbless rule on this complex, and for that reason I've opted to use the straight point hooks. They've got an aggressive angle right before the point of the hook, which helps prevent that fish from ejecting it. They also feature an in-turned eye, which massively improves the hooking potential of that rig. So with the rods on the dance floor, I've got the rest of the gear out and got it set up. I sat here watching the water for a few hours, and the right hand rod just tore off. Played the fish in, fairly straightforward battle, and just as his head come up in the water, guided the net underneath him, lifted the net cord over. Then transferred him straight into a weigh sling and left him in the margin whilst got the mat prepped. Carefully lifted him out of the water, guided him up onto the road to get some nice camera shots. The lads all come round to take some pictures and do a bit of filming. Weighed the fish, absolutely gorgeous 29-pound mirror, beautiful. Pictures done, bank pictures done, back into the water. Some lovely return shots. Rod back on the spot again. Didn't see a need to change anything, and just got settled in for the evening really. Night passed, pretty uneventful, nothing here. I was up early, first light, watching the water. See a couple show right on the far margin, a bit further down the lake. So opted to move on to another spot I'd found with 1 rod longer. Same principles, same rigs. Decided to make, after dinner time, just started having to make another brew. Had a couple of bleeps on a rod. Thought it was the swans that come in close here. Turned round, see no swans. Next thing, the rod was away. Different fight to this fish, stayed out far for a while, but a few minutes pass and he's in the net. Stunning little dumpy mirror, beautiful little thing, very short and stumpy, little warrior. Got a few scars on his side, possibly from the pike that are in here, maybe when he was younger, and a few more water shots. Whilst returning the fish and watching him swim away, could hear an alarm. Didn't really think anything of it. Turned around and see the clutch turning. Realised I had another fish on. So played this fish. Came swimming towards me pretty quickly. I was doing a lot of winding. I know there's a weed bed not too far out. Played the fish near enough under the rod tip, and he turned, and I think he was heading for that weed bed, and unfortunately the hook pulled. But gutted, yeah, but that's fishing. Without no rods in the water, it was just a case of getting back on with it and getting the rods back on the spot. So both rods are back out on the 2 spots I've had fish from. I'm just going to sit and chill now for the evening, and if nothing happens through the night, I hope you guys are lucky on your next trip. Right, so about half an hour after filming the end of the session, we had this little screamer. £25, just over, on the same rig, the Ronnie, on the far margin spot, the one I changed to yesterday, this morning. Yeah, we've still got a whole night to go yet, so fingers crossed for a few more.